Let's start a new game. Saving over existing game data. Yes, we want to save over that. In cooperation with Panic Inc. You see Julia? She's about your age, late 20s, laughing, well-dressed professors and great students from nearby CU building. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So, what's your, major? You slur the word major and it smells like course. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours, she asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? What's that, a burn? You ask. She says, definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Oh my. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out of the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's Scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gently-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Let's pick the beagle. She loves it. You pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later you've totally forgot about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 in the evening, and the heat still radiates off the high deserts. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some. A couple little idiots. That would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that. You say, these kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Thoroughfare Trailhead. Two Forks Region Overview. Do not forget to check in, and no fireworks. Learn to live with bears. You're in their country. Thoroughfare trail. This is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. "1980. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call you. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. That's... oh my. It's a bad decision. Let's choose to ignore her. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold onto a tiny pillow for resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plans from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You're frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Very nice. Two forks up ahead. It's such a beautiful game. 1982. During the summer, you and Julia enjoy walking bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. Fuck, dog! Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away. You rage into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all three of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids gets waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is a Connecticut 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move, you absolutely do not. That's a really difficult decision. If I would be in it, I would probably agree, but do it with commuting. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you want to move. If you won't move, you tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. You both decide to keep a secret for now. Oh my. bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it is kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over. For no particular reason, it has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on a permanent medical leave. Someday you get the Julia who calls you a doe, and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family they are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. In 1988, you spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with a 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months. You are determined to take care of her by yourself. Dear. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. Yeah, elk. I guess that's the problem with me not being a native English speaker. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. You trust that she sleeps like a rock. You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple of nights a week. You look forward to those nights. 1989. One night you are stopped at the DUI checkpoint. You blow a 10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe she stayed. The state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia's coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. The beginning of this game always gets me. It really hits close to home on my side. Let's turn on the electricity, shall we?
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I... like, sleep? Forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, you've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow and you're just out here until the heat dies down and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
Firewatch. Day 1.
Morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's what, 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set him straight.
Like, kick the shit out of him sort of straight?
No. Jesus, no.
What? I'm not a cop. It's not like I've got a rule book over here.
Just make sure they don't do it again. Take their shit.
All right, fine.
Don't feed anyone a knuckle sandwich. Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Secure.
Shut up.
Okay, and now we are into the game. By the way, good evening, MultiGB and Cohen. How are you doing, guys? I need to adjust my mic to have a decent audio quality. One, 2, 3. Nope. 4.
This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad. It's not even named on our topos.
Let's be sassy.
What about shitty boss is gonna get me killed hill?
Oh, is that Absorka Indian? Maybe Creek?
That's actually English for not in my job description. How do you expect me to get down this?
Well, did you get that rope?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just lash it to something nearby and take it slow.
Hey, I'm going the right way if I'm at the shale slide, right? Toward the fireworks?
You're not lost. Those fireworks are going off to the west of you. It's down the slide and across the meadow, okay?
Nope. No, no, no! Oh.
That hurt. That definitely hurt. Let me quickly have a look at something. Well, I guess I'm back. That's a really great start to Firewatch. Oh my. The funny thing is, I lost the connection to my internet and my stream did not die down. That's the first. I just thought, why was no one writing? And I put down the game and then I saw it. Okay. How are you guys doing then? I haven't really managed to. Welcome, MultiGB and Cohen. Oh yeah, this will be a great fun ride. Sadly, you already missed the beginning. But I say sadly, but to be honest, on my side, oh my, it really hits close to home. Because yeah, it's about dementia and stuff. I reckon now it isn't a spoiler anymore. The story of the beginning is that you meet Julia and you have a series of decisions on what you do with Julia and how you live with each other and stuff like that. And you live for quite a few years and you live together and stuff. Talk about getting married and getting kids and stuff like that. And then she gets early year dementia with 41. And you can either choose to give her in a home or take care of her yourself. And on my side, it really hits close to home since I had to take care of my grandpa, who's slowly getting dementia over a few years, and I've been living through this whole stage of losing someone you love, someone who's family, and them slowly turning into someone you don't know anymore, which really is it's really a hard topic to talk about. Oh my. Yeah, it really takes a hit on you. It really does. So
wow, there's a big rock outcropping down here near the lake. It's really something.
Yeah, makes for good camping. There used to be a group of guys who would boulder out there a couple times a year.
What happened to them?
Dunno, just stopped coming out.
ooh.
Finding a bunch of empty beer cans. They threw them all over hell.
The idiots down at the lake?
Yeah, them. I just found where they're hanging out. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not the maid.
Let's clean up that stuff. Even though we're not their mate, it's still better than anything. Good evening, Samu. How are you doing?
Oh shit, ferret are Irish. They left half a bottle of whiskey. Decent stuff.
Drunk pyromaniacs. Fucking great.
Just let go know. Oh. You're getting Twitch Prime? That's nice. By the way, good evening, Marinated. How are you doing?
They left their packs tied up here.
Don't fuck with them. The last thing we need is some hikers filing a report about harassment.
Oh, look, they decided to have a campfire, too.
You know, they color-coded the fire danger signs in case people were illiterate. But I guess that doesn't take into account just plain stupid, does it?
Found the fireworks. They didn't even try to hide them.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, confiscate them.
Let's clean up this place a bit more. Nope, we are going to clean up this place. Gotta do it for Mother Nature, shall we?
I found a bra.
A nudie pyromaniac. Remain professional.
Ooh, that's great to hear.
There are panties.
They are what?
I don't want to say that word again.
Why, 'cause you're 12?
There's a... Ooh.
Yes?
There are 2 naked ladies out here.
Can you handle that?
Come on, I like naked ladies, same as anyone, but there's, you know...
2?
Yeah.
I know this will be tough for you, but try to pick your tongue up off the ground and do...
What is that guy doing over there? Is he skeezing? Hey, guy! Are you skeezing? Get out of here!
I know you guys are setting up bottle rockets out here, okay?
How? Because you're hiding in the bushes spying on us? Give him a break, Lily. He probably hasn't seen boobs in 20 years. He's probably still a virgin. Why do guys think it's all right to just stare at girls?
Took all of your stuff. The fireworks, the whiskey, you name it.
What? You did!
Also, setting off fireworks out here isn't just stupid, it's illegal.
Yeah, so is stealing, asshole. That's so fucking bogus. You're gonna pay for that. Can we just get out of here? Ew, totally. You're gross. You're just some sad man. Whoa, hey, put that down. Seriously, it was you asshole.
That's what you get for being an
And it
asshole.
won't be your stereo I wreck.
Oh, fuck you, psycho. Yeah, fuck you. You'll fucking pay for this. You can't just harass girls in the woods. Let's get out of here.
And yeah, skeezing is just a basic form of that.
Hey, that go okay?
It went fine. Hopefully there won't be any more trouble.
Good. Thanks for going down there.
This game is so beautiful.
Any chance of those kids getting a disease in this lake, like diphtheria or consumption or...
Consumption? Not if they're not 19th century chimney sweeps, no.
You know, whatever.
I mean, if they drank a bunch, Giardia maybe, but probably not this time of year.
Well, that's too bad.
Henry can be a real asshole. Oh my. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I found a sweatshirt from the University of Eastern Colorado.
There's a University of Eastern Colorado?
I really don't think there is.
Why would somebody make that up?
Right, and then put it on a sweatshirt.
The world's a weird place.
It definitely is. The fourth East Age. Let's leave that here. Nope, we're gonna put that in here. Ron. Got some bad news back home, so hopefully they'll let me out of here for a while. Who's to say, though, tough, budgets being what they are. Did you get my note about what we went down in Wapiti? Sheriff isn't too pleased with me, but I don't know. I probably overdid it. Wish you would have been there. I guess you must have got hung up. Dave. P.S. Amigos is Spanish and Professionales is Italian. Okay. Oh, really? They are few? How comes that there are fewer diseases? Oh, probably because of some city leading some bacteria into there, maybe? Guess, it's just my guess. Do you have any reason why this would lead, or what would lead, still sitting water to
Well, this
be...
lake does seem like a good spot to swim, even if the last people to do so were assholes.
Yeah, right now,
so-
though, it's all snowmelt, so you'll freeze your balls off. But as hot as it's been, maybe that's a fair trade.
Starting to feel like it.
And yeah, is there any reason? No problem. No, I just wanted to know, I wouldn't say that it was just like that, but could have just been a guess. Maybe there's some reason why there are more bacteria in the flowing water rather than still sitting water. And no, Samu, despite my bot, which is doing a pretty decent job at modding my shed, there are no other shed mods.
I take it you fell prey to the Forest Service's big recruiting effort? When it comes to, you know, how the hell you ended up out here? Anyway, thanks to last summer, we got a bump in Forest Service budget and can actually afford to have you.
What happened last summer that accounted for this, windfall?
Jeez. I mean, the federal government
Oh.
almost let Yellowstone National Park burn to the ground? Ring a bell?
Yellowstone is like, what, 15 miles away? Why would they do that?
Well, the short story is that for 60 years, we got very good at not letting forest fires happen. And then about 15 years ago, they decided that forest fires in wilderness areas like Yellowstone should be left to burn. So that's what they did. I can't believe you didn't hear about this. There were reports that the entire park was gone. Dan Rather telling the country that President Reagan didn't care on the nightly news. I mean, what the hell's he gonna do? Smoke jump in and snuff one out for the Gipper?
So what should they have done?
I don't even know. By the time the Yellowstone folks realized the little fires weren't gonna burn themselves out, 100,000 acres were gone. It's Yellowstone, you know? People don't want to touch it. But we touch it every single day. But hey, I got a 30 cents an hour raise because we can't have another fiasco. If the goddamn park can burn down again.
Hey, I can see my tower. How do I get back?
If it's the one I think it is, there should be an old trail the Forest Service closed off a couple years back.
And I'm sure their reasons for closing it off had nothing to do with safety, right?
Oh, it washed out and became a fucking death trap. So, you know, be careful.
Okay, Samu, this game, I believe, has the age rating of 12. But don't count me on that. It really is no brutal or so game. It really is just a story-driven game. And it's really good. If you really like this game, you should consider supporting the developers. They are doing a great job at storytelling and everything.
Hey, I heard some thunder.
Yeah, I've got eyes on a storm out to the north.
Well, that's bad, right? Because of the lightning?
It just means we'll be busy. Hurry home, and try not to get hit by lightning.
I got hit by lightning when I was 9 years old, so I'm safe. It's not gonna strike twice and all that.
Well, there was an old lookout named Roy Sullivan who got hit by lightning 7 times.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, it wasn't what killed him.
What killed him?
Suicide. Would you believe?
There's a horn or an antler or whatever.
Well, antlers are made of bone, and horns are made of the same stuff as your fingernails.
I guess this is a bone.
Antler. A ranger must have found it this spring.
Well, to be honest, yeah. It is a really... I guess...
What's in this cave down here?
decent
In
game when
Thunder
it comes to
Canyon?
being
Thunder
human.
Canyon?
Hey, I didn't name it. But in the cave, I don't know, rocks. NFS tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
So
I say, fuck it. You're a grown man, you can go where you want.
great. Used to go caving with someone back in Colorado. She loved it. Might be great to explore it sometime this summer.
Well, that could be fun. Obviously, be very careful.
It doesn't seem that dangerous. Whoa, whoa! Oh, no!
Henry!
Seriously, it's completely fine in here.
God damn it.
He's an asshole. And really, oh my, he's in the Guinness Book of World Records? That's crazy. But yeah, I reckon getting hit by lightning strikes so many times and still surviving is something to brag about, I'd say. Night is coming slowly. Where we are? I believe we are in the wrong path, to be honest. Yes, we are. Okay, have a good one, Samu. And yeah, getting electrocuted is really dangerous. Oh my. Let's see whether or not I'm way too stupid to get to the tower again. Really need to get back into this world. But it shouldn't be too harsh. Was there a way through the cave? Let's see. I know everything that's going on with the cave, but... Ah, here we go.
Hello? It looks like the path leads through the cave.
Back in the cave, huh? Man, I don't need to lose another lookout in there.
Another lookout?
They go in, they never come out.
Ah, so this is another one of your jokes.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
This cave is gated off.
It's to stop spelunkers from dying without getting the keys from the Forest Service office first.
Makes sense.
Although Debbie says she lost them like 3 years ago, so maybe its mysteries are locked away for good.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, but maybe you can find another one to get your caving kicks in.
Oh, this one's so close to home and convenient, though.
Aw, sorry, Hank.
There's some guy out here.
Oh?
Some guy? Wait, he's looking at you? Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Henry, there's something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Look, bumping into someone in the middle of nowhere is part of the fun.
This game really has a beautiful art style. I gotta give it that. Let's see whether or not we can climb this. Ouch.
Ah, damn it. Ah. I don't think there's any fictional character I hate more than Forrest Burns.
Henry, as an employee of the Forest Service, that is treason.
Yeah, well, he really freaked me out as a kid.
He inspired me to spend the bulk of my 30s keeping the wilderness safe.
A shrink would have a field day with you.
Thanks, Mom.
What kind of name is Forrest Burns anyway?
Well, that would be a pun, Hank. A glorious pun.
I went to junior high with a guy named Royal Butts.
Royal?
Butts.
I didn't think anyone had been named Royal since the 1850s. What can I do for you?
Well, my typewriter is on the ground, outside of my tower.
You right?
Yeah, look, the wind? No. How the hell
You should get inside.
Fuck me.
Ooh. Something happened.
Someone broke in.
Hey, what?
They wrecked the place. Threw my typewriter out the window. Motherfucker.
Holy shit. I'll let the Forest Service know what happened.
Ooh, the music is really tense. Let's put the books back.
Okay, I put in a call.
That was fast.
Yeah, well, do you have any idea who could have done this?
I did probably piss off the girls at the lake. Ugh, fuck them.
Well, I'll have the Rangers keep an eye out for a couple of young women and question any they find. I can't believe someone would do this. I worry about bears and fires, and that's about it. And now I've got to worry about some, violent campers? Okay, in the morning I'm gonna call my friend Patty, who works the desk down in Cody. They keep a list of everyone who's officially been in and out of the trailhead since, I don't know, forever, and see if we can get a list of names. We won't get much, but at least if anything else happens, we can refer to it and see if anything comes up.
Thanks.
I need you to feel safe out here.
Well, I sure don't now.
You will. I promise.
Come on, let me... Aww, I wanted to talk about the ransacked couplets. Day 2.
Wake up! Hey, wake up!
I'm awake. What's your problem?
Our problem.
Sorry, our problem.
That storm knocked out the phone line I used to talk to the service, which means we're cut off. I tried radioing out, and that's not working either.
There's no backup?
The backup is the 2-day hike out of here.
So that's a no?
It's easier for me to send all the lookouts out to check the status of the wire in their areas. Yours is a good hike away. If you find any portion of it down, I can try to get a hold of a ranger and he'll bring someone in to fix it.
Okay, I can do that. Where is it?
Remember that cave you hiked through yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
So you're gonna want to go back there, go through it, and keep going straight to the north when you come out.
Will do.
Thanks, Hank.
It's Henry.
What, you don't like Hank?
Yeah, I don't like Hank.
But thanks rhymes with Hank.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, alright.
Ooh, that burn. That burn. So, I guess we are heading back then. Good evening, no social sheep. How are you doing? Henry burns. The forest burns. He's so creepy just sitting there. I could imagine if someone else would be trying to use the toilet. If they would go down there and try to use it, they would shit themselves before you being able to use the toilet. Yeah, he's always watching. This guy has some good knees, I gotta give him that. No, we do not want to jump down there. We're gonna go here. Yeah, I would probably have broken my leg or something.
Oh, it's actually pretty damn cold out here.
Roger that. Warms up fast. The mornings are cold in Boulder, though, right?
Yeah, they are.
Another one. Ooh.
What did you get up to down there? I mean, what's life like?
I just spend a lot of time with Julia.
Oh, so you have someone there.
Well,
But you're taking a little break. Or...
Ooh.
Look, I'm sorry. Can you hold that thought?
sure. Just gonna keep hiking and hoping it warms up.
Heyo. I don't think so. Why, have you? Okay, good. No, I don't think he has any idea.
Let's listen.
I'm absolutely sure. Would you? Alright, I'll let you know if anything changes in that regard. Hey, sorry about that. Anyway, Julia, girlfriend? Ex? Sorry, I don't mean to pry.
Who was that?
Who is who?
I don't think he has any idea. What was that? Were you talking about me?
What?
You left your button pressed or something.
Henry, that call was work. I was just talking to... Actually, it's not really your business. Why are you freaking out?
I'm not freaking out.
Good. I'm gonna go quiet for a little bit. Call me if it's important.
Aww. It's understandable though. She's annoyed. Oh, notepad. Let's read. Old Shoeshone, Winthrop Carter, Hawk's Rest. It's a song. Yeah, and she's my boss. That's true. Ooh. I believe I've never seen that one. This one was wide.
Huh. Found an old hat from a Korean war vet.
You'd be surprised how many former service members take this gig.
Well, makes sense.
This one's mine now.
Imagine if you've been through war, you probably can't get enough silence.
Ooh. I've never seen this cabin before. Ah, come.
Anything I should know about the cabin at the top of this hill? Hello? Okay, then.
Oh, wow. I have never been here before. Holy moly. That's a jump scare like fast pace. I gotta give him that. Is there anything else? Just the stove? Flora of shoe shines. Just a list of different kinds of trees. Other than that. Oh my. I have never been here before. This is incredible. I'm sad that I don't have a... Wait.
Hey, I found a structure that might have been an outhouse once, I think.
Whoa, you don't need my permission to go to the bathroom, but, you know, use abandoned shitters at your own peril.
I mean, I'm in the right area?
I do believe. The comms wire runs for quite a ways. Follow it all the way to the top of Beartooth Point, and if it's not damaged, you can loop around back home.
Yeah, we see the wire. Ooh, there's a nice supply box there, and I do want that. But there's also wait, let's have a look. We are here. I reckon we need to go up there. Meaning, if we go around here, we might be able to find something a bit sidetracking info. Some side info should be good. I want that. Supply case 301. 302, that is. Oh, what? Overnight? I would be glad to be able to do something like that.
Hey, who are these guys, Ron and Dave? They're leaving notes for each other in the boxes. Is there any chance one of them was that guy I saw in the canyon? You know, the guy with the flashlight?
No, they're both rangers. They're not out here this season. I didn't really know him that well, but I always assumed the only thing Ron cared about was chasing tail and getting loaded. It's somehow comforting to know that he was able to keep up a correspondence with someone who wasn't going to send him a topless Polaroid.
My map has been updated. A few new... Hawk's Rest. That's where we were. We were in Hawk's Rest. You know, I'm really jealous about you. just being able to connect to nature this way and being able to see all these different types of national parks and stuff like that. In the meanwhile, the furthest I could go, maybe Schloss Neuschwanstein or something like that, but
Guess what?
What is it?
There's a bunch of empty cans up here.
Same as before?
Yep.
These fucking kids.
Why do you think they'd be up here?
Hell if I know, but they better have stayed away from our communication stuff.
yeah, this game really is amazing, believe me. And as you can see, even on my second playthrough, I find new stuff. This actually looks kind of like a grave, to be honest. What? There was something I could... Oh, another beer can.
Yeah, okay, the wire's down here.
Okay, good. Any sign of those girls? Did they mess with anything?
I'll look around.
Yep. Come on. Can I report that?
Hey, so the wire is definitely down out here. I just found it. Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't look like the wind. It looks like it was cut deliberately.
I knew it the moment you said you found their trash. These idiots are gonna pay. Do they realize this is how people die? I mean, what if something happened to one of my lookouts while this was going on? And God forbid there's an actual fire burning out of control.
What do you want to do?
I want you to go find them.
And then what?
I haven't thought that far ahead. That's not true. Everything that comes to mind is illegal.
Let's hear it.
Oh yeah?
Hey, I came out here for a breath of fresh air and some adventure. What do you got?
I think I want you to just find them and scare the hell out of them.
Yeah, I'd make a spooky ghost costume, but they stole my sheets.
I don't know. Wait for them to wander off and wreck their camp. Something that would make a teenage girl run home to mommy and daddy.
I'll find them.
Thanks.
Oh, that's
But
horrible.
I'm gonna need a raise.
Don't hold your breath. I'd start by hiking back towards your tower and just keep an eye out for anything that would lead you to them.
Well, they're big into Red Eagle.
Great. See if you can find the path they took down from there. Maybe they looped back around towards the lake or something. I doubt they're where they were yesterday, but they obviously can't have gone far.
I've got an overgrown trail here,
Yeah, that'll happen.
so I'm screwed when it comes to getting past it?
Screwed until you clear it yourself, yeah.
Great. Well, if I come across some tools, I'll add groundskeeping to my ever-increasing list of responsibilities.
To be honest, like, at all. You could just basically go over there. Just take a big step, maybe even step on the plants. And just go over there. Bacon, this really has to be some some nature porn for you, eh? Especially you, that you take so much, or that you know so much about nature and all the stuff. Oh, this hurts. Every time I see this animation, it hurts. Supply drop and thoroughfare. Or thoroughfare. Let's see. Well, if you think about it, it really is nature porn. It's just like when you're on Reddit, Just like Earthpawn basically is nice places on Earth, I believe. Ooh. Well, the supply cage is empty. But I reckon this really is a great game. Just look at how detailed everything is. Just the exploring itself is so fun already. Fun little side fact, some of the devs of this game actually went into a park and lived in a lookout for like a few days.
There's an abandoned pack out here.
And it's not one of the teens?
No, it looks like it was lost a long time ago.
Well, you could always pilfer it for supplies.
Come on. Let me swipe it. Swipe it, no swiping. Oh! I got a camera.
Well, I am flush with ropes now. That pack was full of them, in decent condition too.
That's lucky.
I mean, there's enough rope here that I could just leave them hooked up, I think. Oh, get this. This pack came with one of those cardboard single-use cameras.
With pictures left?
Yeah, he only used 3 or 4.
Neato.
Thank you, Brian Goodwin.
Wait, who?
The bag had the name Brian Goodwin sewn into the top.
Huh. Wow.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I just haven't heard that name in a few years.
Was he a ranger or something?
Oh, no. He was stationed in Two Forks, your lookout, with his dad Ned 3 summers ago. Great kid.
You can bring children out here?
No. You know, I'm not a stickler for rules. They took off halfway through the summer.
You guys keep in touch, you and the Goodwin kid?
Nah, they took off pretty unceremoniously. Plus, what's a 40-year-old woman gonna do with a teenage pen pal?
Good point.
Anyway, so it goes. Have fun with that camera. Try not to snap anything that would scar a Photodome employee.
I don't know, I got a lot of hiking to do. Might get bored.
Well, I'm bored as rocks, so I'll keep you company while you find those girls, huh?
Come on, let me attach. Oh, I have to go around. Thought I had to wait for the conversation to end. And yeah, it's really immersive world building. And you really can see that in the way they worked around the whole world. How they made it look, how they made it feel. And the supply cage. There might be a way there. I'm gonna go there. Oh. Nope.
Someone found a fossil and put it in a cash box.
Could be the same person who left that antler.
And maybe they're leaving me an entire creature, piece by piece.
That's horrible. Dave, guess who's going out with Debbie next week? No, not that shit, he. Steve, it's your man, Ron. And there's a train. I went up to check out on the new guy at Two Forks and heard him talking to himself, more than usual for Lowe's. So I figured I'd stay away. Remember when you saw Chimney Rock having himself in that hammock? I'm starting to think the Forest Service only picks the deranged and perverted. Except for us, of course. We're the cream de la creme. Let's toast to Deb at the spot, Ron. So, the guy that was the lookout before us, he seems to has some perverted visions.
Sorry about snapping at you earlier. I thought about it, and yeah, I suppose that must have sounded kind of weird when you heard me take that other call. Plus, you're just out here in your own head. Trust me, I know how it is. So, did you break any hearts back in Colorado when you took this job? I myself have chosen to never get attached to anyone who would miss me, but I know I'm a bit of an outlier. I don't mean that the way it sounds. I mean, I care about people, and I like companionship as much as the next person.
I'm actually married.
But you're here.
She's sick, and I shouldn't be here, but I am.
I'm sorry, Henry. What is it?
We'll get into it.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, you are here, and it's beautiful, and escaping isn't always something bad.
Yeah, sure.
Look, I gotta go do a thing, but I'll have a radio. Okay, call me if you need to.
Hey, Delilah?
What do you got? You found him?
No, not yet. Why would there be a fence out here?
Because sometimes hikers go ass over tea kettle when on a trail.
So the Forest Service would put up a big chain link fence?
A chain link fence?
Yeah. It looks like it surrounds a huge area.
Huh.
Huge!
That's weird.
No, I put away the map.
Who are they keeping out of here? And why?
Geez, I don't know. Maybe it's biologists, you know? Well, they don't want people traipsing on their precious lichens.
What's a lichen?
Wouldn't you liken to know?
Oh my god.
Oh,
goodbye.
that was
I'll
bad.
ask next time I talk to someone, but that'll probably be a few days.
From this burned section of forest, I have no idea where to go. Their trail is pretty cold at this point.
You're out by Mule Point. No one would camp out in the fireweed. Well, I want you to stay out there, as a favor to little old me.
My pleasure.
Okay, we know these young women are sloppy. They must have left some sort of trail.
Do you think those girls could be behind this fence?
Well, having once been an ornery young woman, the last thing I would do is climb a fence. Especially if I knew I was in trouble.
I don't even know how I would get in.
It's really strange that that's out there, by the way.
Yeah, it's weird.
As someone who has no idea what a lichen is,
I'm having a hell of a time getting this fucking flapjack off his ass and out to repair that wire.
Excuse me, Flapjack?
You know, like a loser, a chotch.
I really don't, but I do now.
Well, the next time you're at a bar and some banker steps on your foot so he can order his crappy martini, you've got just the name to use.
aw, all the time when I...
Hey, Flapjack, why don't you wait your turn before I bounce your face off a dumpster?
It's beautiful.
Let's head towards the Thunder Cave. Oh, okay.
What does she have?
She's got Alzheimer's, like, dementia.
Whoa. How old was she?
Is she? She's alive. She's with her family in Melbourne, Australia. She's 43.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What was it like when you guys found out?
Devastating. Especially for her. You can understand.
And for you?
Anyway, everything she worked for was taken away, and that was it. Yeah. I'm sorry to be such a downer.
Don't even. I'm happy to listen. And, you know, we'll try to have some fun this summer. I promise.
Wow, I'm on top of a natural bridge out here.
Really? Is it a complete arch?
No, I guess the bridge is out here. Still, I think I could jump this gap to get across the canyon.
Well, you're a regular Evil Knievel.
Oh yeah, you should see the jumpsuit I'm wearing.
Well, I could have guessed that you meant the pig flower, but it's weird talking to people that are not really close to, or that do not have the info of names when you compare them to people in your close vicinity. Eh? I have the same problem when I'm talking about guitar stuff and stuff that has any connection to electronics and gadgets, especially since I'm going to the EYP school, meaning most of the people there are women, and they do not care, most of them do not care for any electronics whatsoever. Do you guys think I should head to the lake? Let's see, I'm gonna head towards the lake. Maybe they are there.
I see a really thin plume of smoke.
Yeah, I see it too. A thin plume like this is either a new fire or a campfire.
Campfire. You think it's them?
I reckon so.
It looks like it's to the southwest of me.
That's right. If you hike towards 5 Mile Creek, that should put you in the neighborhood. Keep an eye on that smoke plume. Let me know if it's getting any larger.
Will do. Well, I'm back at my shitty boss is gonna get me killed hill.
You ready to give it another shot?
Do I seriously have to?
To get down to 5 Mile Creek? Yeah, afraid so. It's quite a ways downhill from here.
The thing that I really do like about this is the casualness about all this, whereas other games really depend on putting everything to the extreme, making every character as much as possible and giving them the highest charismatic way of being there. This one is just two people talking to each other. It's not that I'm the superhero that does everything on a whim. I'm not, or at least Henry is not the superhero that is able to do everything. And both of them are just sassy as they are. And that's what I really like about it.
How'd you meet?
Met in a bar.
The birthplace of modern romance.
I walked over and asked her what her major was because I thought she was a student, not a prof.
Smooth.
That's me. I did make the first move, though.
Aw, you were brave.
I was drunk.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it too.
How many hikers go missing in the Shoshone?
More than none, unfortunately, with most of them being in this area. The thoroughfare because it's so remote. Why?
I found an old flyer for a missing hiker. It just got me thinking, that's all. Like how you said one day you were talking to the Goodwins and then the next you weren't.
Ned Goodwin didn't get mauled by a bear or stuck in a ravine. He was just a PTSD'd a-hole who dragged his son out to do a job and realized it was a bad idea.
You really didn't like that guy, did you?
I don't know. I just had a hard time talking to him. I mean, there are lookouts who seriously won't shut up, who call me about every little thing that pops into their head. And then there are those who just want to be left alone. He was the latter.
And I'm the former, aren't I?
Well, I didn't didn't want to say anything.
No, it's fine. I'll just chuck my walkie-talkie into the river.
Oh, come on.
And you'll never hear from me again.
Finally, peace and quiet. Woohoo!
So...
Isn't your radio supposed to be in the river?
I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Well, I guess I'm stuck with you then.
Yeah. Hey, so did you mention something about Ned Goodwin having PTSD? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I don't know. He was in the army. He was off. It's actually the saddest story. He was only discharged because his mother, Brian's grandmother, died. She'd been taking care of him, and Ned was the only next of kin.
Damn. And you got to know Brian a little bit?
Yeah, I talked to him way more than I talked to Ned, that's for sure.
How was he at, spotting fires?
Better than you. He actually liked to stay in the tower.
Boy, for as dry as it is this summer, there's an area down here that's lush.
Oh, you must be talking about the Aspen Grove down there.
Yeah, I think that's where I am.
Those trees are actually one root organism. Did you know that?
Oh, what?
I didn't.
Yeah, they share their water as a colony that can live for hundreds of years, even through fire. Can you believe you're actually getting paid to learn all of these amazing things? Also, by what it looks like on this map, you'll be coming up on a stream that should lead you towards where we saw that smoke.
I just love how all of this just went a really, really, really deep color of orange. Just so shows how the sun is setting. Oh, and look at that. A beer can.
Found one of their empties. Guess we're on the right track.
Roger that.
And we are down here. Let's see whether or not I can go here. Yeah, they are beautiful looking trees, that's for sure.
It's a really nice waterfall down here. Given those girls love a skinny dipping, I bet they're nearby. There's some cloth out here. It looks like it was torn from something.
Strange.
Oh my.
I'll keep looking around. I see a campsite, and it looks like they've got a fire.
Is it them?
That seems like it. I swear, they must have dragged 4 cases of beer out here.
Track them down, and don't let them see you.
What a job this is.
Let me sum that out.
I have entered the teen zone.
Oh, really? And where's that?
It's the name of a magazine for girls. It's on the ground here at their camp. Well, I found some dangerous hunks.
What on earth are you...
It's another one of those magazines.
Yeah, actually, I'm really surprised by that too.
Beer left here, a full case.
Well, they're impressive little shits, I guess.
That is some dedication. Ah, found my sheets.
So they did break into your tower.
Looks like. Your tent looks like it's been through the shredder, which would explain that scrap I found.
What could have done that? Like a bear or, I don't know, it sounds crazy, but even a bull elk if it's off its rocker.
Whatever did it, did not hold back.
You've got that camera, right? It might be a good idea to get a few snaps, just in case.
Yeah, good thinking.
Okay.
Some of their clothes are all torn up.
That's not good.
Let's read that. Dear Psycho, I hope you're fucking happy. We're leaving and we're going to find the police or whatever and tell them about you. How you creeped on us in the lake. And then came and destroyed our campsite and all of our stuff. Oh, and stealing panties is gross out. You're probably a mental fucking ex-murderer and are so going to jail. I hope it was worth being a jerk over some fireworks, dick.
Oh, they're gone, for sure.
How can you tell?
Well, the girls left someone, me, I guess, a note.
Well, what's it say?
Threatening to call the police because they think I attacked them.
Oh my god, well, did you?
No, well, hey, I didn't do this. Okay, someone or something went to town here, but it wasn't me.
Because I told you to scare them, not assault them.
I didn't. Of course I didn't. I just threw their stereo in the lake.
Yeah, I really wish you wouldn't have done that.
This is, I don't know, weird as hell, but it wasn't me.
It's okay. I believe you. Weird stuff happens in the woods. It could be other campers. They could be having a bad mushroom trip. We really don't know, but they're gone. There's no way to call the cops. They're not coming back, and we can get to work. I'd really like to start enjoying a quiet summer.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, day 3. Well, they actually did that. It's really incredible how strong they must have been, eh? Packing all those beers in
Hey,
there.
Henry?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
Why are you asking?
Because I'm horribly superficial.
I could be Tom Cruise's good-looking twin brother.
Well, that's too bad. I read in People he's like 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all.
Okay, well, that gives me a good start. Now let's see. In my scope, I can only tell you're a white guy wearing shorts.
It's hot. And maybe, by the way, I'm not white. It's not very, PC or whatever they say.
Oh my god, you are the whitest man. Wow. I don't need a spotting scope for that. And if not shorts, then what do you normally like to wear?
Clothes. I don't really think about it.
Oh, come on.
I got a sweatshirt I like. Good jacket I got at the Buckle Barn.
Ooh, I love the Buckle Barn.
Just one of those brown ones, you know.
I do.
Yeah, that one.
Now tell me about your face. I'm looking at you across the bar. What do I see?
Pretty thick beard.
Oh, have you always had a beard?
For a while, yeah.
All right, perfect. I want to know about your eyes.
Get out of here.
I'm drawing you. I need to know.
You're what?
Is that okay? Don't don't answer. I'm gonna do it regardless.
Fine.
Your eyes, tell me.
Ooh, let's make them
They
tired.
look tired, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you hit a certain age and you think you're a younger person who just looks tired all the time.
Speak for yourself, mister.
But I guess that's getting old.
Well, some people might see distinguished. Okay, got it. Thank you, Henry.
You get what you need?
Absolutely.
And yeah, my back hurts too, just thinking about it. Especially since it's just 2 skinny girls that are just going hiking. It's not like they've been some muscular Russian women who have been lifting weights for over 3,000 years or something like that. So muscular. Oh. What? Oh. What? What? Okay. Let's get that board. Whoop. Got a couple more boards. Can I... So where else could we get boats? There's one over here. Is there another one? Ah. By the way, let's see how our good friend is doing. Whether or not he's still... No. What? 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 He's over there. I saw him. Okay. Yeah, he's still in the pooper. But he's trying to escape, that's for sure. Let's see. Yes! He sees you! Okay, I'm gonna get that ball too. He has some pretty dank ass magic, that's for sure. Let's board up the rest of the broken window.
I got that window all patched up. So, what should I do now? What's next?
What's next? What do you think is next?
Well, you've been the one giving me tasks for 2 days straight.
What's next is you sit in that room until September 1st and call me at the first sign of smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you let me know when you're mentally prepared for that task and, I'll give it to you.
I'm not ready yet. Oh, a little smiley. And yeah, Burns is the best character so far. Hashtag Burns for the president. Just look at how this whole thing is. And there's Thelin. Hey there, Delilah.
Okay, I think I am ready to tackle my long-term commitment of keeping this national forest safe from total destruction.
I am glad to hear you've really thought this through.
Of course.
We've issued you a comfy chair to sit in and everything.
You know, it's not really that comfy. I mean, it's wooden and there's no padding. I think I actually got a splinter in my thigh this morning.
Aww. Well, regardless, take a seat. The forest depends on you.
Day 9.
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
I might never leave.
Well, I called with some bad news. 2 young women, Chelsea Stevens and Lily McLean, were reported missing. They've got parents out in California who haven't heard from them in a week. They were supposed to meet an aunt down in Cody. If they're the girls from last week, then you're probably the last person to have seen them.
It's a coincidence. How many pairs of girls go backpacking?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, probably a lot.
So I guess you didn't get their names then? Look, it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, if they turn up dead, then maybe. Should I just not say anything and save us the trouble?
Okay, good evening, Green Dragon. I personally think, yeah, it is. It really is worth the money. It's a great experience.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, Henry, thanks. Enjoy the sunset.
It really has a strong way of building a story. Day 15.
Henry? Henry, wake up. Get out of bed and pick up the radio.
What do you want?
Hey, you big dumb idiot.
You're a big dumb idiot.
Oh, baby, you sound tired.
I am.
Are you having a nice time?
Sure. Are you? Everything good there? Jules?
What? Oh, sorry, Henry. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I'll let you get back to sleep then.
Okay, Jules.
Delilah seems nice.
Sure.
Bye, baby.
Oh. Day 33.
Is it too much of a pain in the ass to bring supplies all the way up to our towers?
Well, I get my stuff hand-delivered.
Oh, how's that work?
It's the perks of a decade of service. You're out hiking in 90-degree heat, and I get to do crosswords. Isn't life miserably unfair? Anyway, when you find a supply drop, remember it's not just for you, okay? Other lookouts, biologists, a few people get their food there, and I don't want to have to call in for more. There should be loads of good stuff, though. Beans, prunes, jerky.
Ooh,
You know, my
jerky.
sister eats 6 prunes a day. 6. She's, like, really precise about it. She'd be great at this job if she didn't need wheelbarrows full of marijuana to function.
Well, there are those people.
So, like, 2 weeks ago, you called me in the middle of the night? You were sleeping, I guess, and all I heard was the name Jules through the mumbles. I just thought it was so sweet. I wanted to wake you up, but then I thought maybe you were having a nice conversation and I'd just be spoiling it. I hope you're doing okay, you know, when it comes to her. Look, so a couple of months before I took this job, I was with this guy, Javier. Ugh, he's incredible, caring, sexy as hell. He was a driller down in Casper. We dated for almost 5 years. I was working with the Wyoming Outdoor Leadership School, and I was obsessed with it. I wanted to be an instructor so badly. And I was sure I was going to marry Javier as soon as I could be bothered. Walls was also a good excuse to get out of town, drink whiskey in the mountains, cut loose. Then, Javier's brother got killed working in Gillette, and for some reason, I didn't come home. Javier said it was fine. He'd go to the funeral, take care of his mom, stuff like that. It'd be easier solo. When he came back, he left me. I came out here, I lied, and told my sister he fucked our neighbor. So, I lied to you. I came out here with a broken heart just like you. I figured you've told me so much about you, so, you know, there's something about me. We both fucked up.
Oh no. And yeah, there are actually quite a few people who smoke weed, and that's okay, to be honest. Like, I know a person whose grandparent smokes weed against what's it called? The one illness where they shake all the time, and that's helps them relax the muscles and stuff like that. Parkinson's, that's the name. It helps them against Parkinson's and stuff like that. And it really can be useful. Just, it's like with beer and cigarettes. You gotta know your limit. Other than that, I'm totally fine with people smoking weed. Oh. Look at that.
Hey, I'm out at a ravine. What's this thing that spans across it?
That is how you get to my sector.
No kidding. Well, let me hike over.
Well, it's locked up and mainly for emergencies. I've never actually used it. Rangers use it from time to time, but that's it.
Help! Oh, God, it's an emergency!
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got eyes on a tornado. I gotta get out of here.
A tornado in the heart of the Rockies?
Yes!
Holy moly, I need to call this in. Tom, Two Forks sees a tornado. He says he needs an evac into my sector. It's a meteorological impossibility. There haven't been tornadoes in the greater Yellowstone region in 100 million years. You're gonna need him to stay and take a detailed personal account, even if it means giving his life. Okay, I'll tell him. Sorry, Hank. No dice.
Man.
Oh, this is awesome. Let's just take ours and leave.
All right, I got everything I need out of here.
And yeah, it's
Time to
really
chow down.
helpful.
Just yours, right?
Who do you think I am?
Day 64.
You've got a front row seat for what might be the biggest fire of the year.
Yeah, it's really going.
I'm gonna call it in. They'll send in a hotshot crew for some suppression, but I bet we'll be stuck with her for the rest of the summer. And she doesn't have a name yet. I usually think of something funny or something practical or a little risque when coming up with them. But why don't you do the honors?
Ooh, what were you gonna call it? The flapjack fire.
Maybe we call it the Flapjack Fire. Can you sell that as a name?
You really like that, huh?
Yeah, I said I did. It's funny.
Fair enough. Flapjack fire it is. They'll probably ask me if it was a camp cooking accident or something. So there's this creek down the hill, and, you know what my favorite thing to do is?
What's that?
I love to take a bottle of whatever I have on hand, plunge it deep into the water, and let it chill in there all day. And then, on nights like tonight, when it is so disgustingly hot, I have something nice and cool to drink. I learned that from my sister in Santa Fe. She'd do that with a bottle of tequila near her house and make margaritas the size of your head. You'd like it there.
I've had one too many bad experiences with tequila. I'm a little reticent to try it again.
Well, maybe you just need a new, good experience with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you looking at the fire?
No, I'm not.
You should. Let me know when you are.
Okay, I'm looking at it again.
I love how they look at night. During the day, it's just smoke, but when the sun is down, you can just get lost.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Ooh, it's a hard choice.
Me too.
Good. I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you. Not in the same way. I know it's probably been a while since you've connected with someone the way we have. I don't mean to get all heavy, but it's been really nice. I wish I was over there.
I wish you were too.
We could sit outside. We could talk without these radios. We could, you know.
What? What could we do?
Well, let me tell you.
Day 76.
You're going fishing without a license?
It's one fish, and I'm sick of all the stuff I got to eat.
No, I won't tell anyone you're a poacher. That reminds me, I keep hearing reports from Fish and Game about a problem bear they're trying to keep tabs on. Can you search around the lake for fresh tracks and just let me know what you find? There was a crew burning fire lines out to the east, and, you know, I think sometimes it riles up the wildlife.
Sure, no problem. Remember me fondly.
You are such a drama queen.
Ugh, can't believe I'm gonna leave this planet as a pile of bear shit.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
Ooh, a fishing pole. You want some fuck, baby? Let's put it away. We have to get away anyway. Look for the bear tracks. Well, to be honest, I personally do not think it's a shame that they did not do all the days since... Oh, that's beautiful. Let's get up here. Since they managed, with this sort of a story, they really managed to get the whole to get the whole meaning of all of this. Oh, wait back. Come on. I really have to go around the other side. Aw. Well, let's find the bear tracks then. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Maybe over here? It was alongside the lakeside. So we need to find the bear tracks. It wasn't over there. Go. Maybe over here? Oh. Can't go through here. I bet I'm too far already. Well, there isn't that much else I could do. Maybe go up here? I remember that last time I found them really easily. Nothing. Maybe over here? I guess the only way is to follow the track then. Let's see whether or not we can find it here. Nothing over here either. Oh my. It's slightly frustrating. But just slightly. Maybe over here? Wait a moment. I'm getting a flashback. We're going here. Wasn't it up there? Let me have a look whether or not I can find the bear tracks around there. Ooh. Oh.
Pears!
There's a critter out here.
Oh my.
I can't understand you.
It's gone.
I'm whispering.
Because you're whispering.
Is there another way to get up there? I believe it was up there or something. I need to find the tools to get through there. There's no other way for me other than just following that little river, I'd say. There's nothing over here. But it says lakeside. That's what's weirding me out so much. There was no other way I could have gone, was there? Huh. Weird. I will go back up here. Maybe I missed some way of traversing. Especially since when I look at this, it says needs to find bear tracks first. Meaning it should probably be somewhere around here. There are no tracks. There's nothing over here either. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I have to... I'm gonna search here. Ooh. The ducks really don't like me here. So yeah, lakeside pretty much cleared. There's no other way I could go. Is there? Wait, what's up? Is there something here? There was something here just now, was there? Or am I just bloody stupid? Help, Delilah! Do you guys have any idea where they could be? So I could follow that river, but... it actually is rather short. It's just a few hours. Last time I played through it, it was 3 hours, I believe. There was a gigantic controversy about it, because people thought that they would not get the money's worth. Let's see, is that a way up here? No, I cannot go up here. Maybe it is bugged? Could that be a possibility? Because I'm just going around looking at everything and it's not giving me a prompt either. Or was it something with the trees? Maybe. It's not giving me a damn thing. I cannot go there. Must be really horrible to see me struggle right now. I'm gonna do the most horrible thing and just look it up real quick. Oh, I may have found something.
Someone left their clipboard out here.
Oh, look at that.
Huh. It could have been one of the Fish and Game folks. See if there's a name or a credential or something. I can call it in.
What the? It's... Holy shit.
What's going on? You didn't actually find a bear, did you?
Someone has written down what we said to each other, have been saying.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you, not in the same way.
No way.
Wait, hold on. Something's out here.
Henry? I'm worried.
I found a walkie-talkie out here, too.
Okay.
It's going...
Oh! Ah! Ah! That's scary. Ah!
Henry, are you there?
I knew that it was going to happen, but sheesh! That
What
scared me.
happened, Henry?
Holy hell, I got hit in the head. Punched or something by someone.
Are you serious? What the hell is going on out there?
I don't know.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Let me get this straight. You found a clipboard with, what, transcripts of our conversations? What else is on it?
I don't know. It's gone, along with the radio of theirs. Somebody out here could have just killed me, Delilah.
What the fuck is going on?
What's Wapiti Station?
I don't know.
I saw the name Wapiti Station right before I was cold-cocked. Does Wapiti Station mean anything to you?
Wapiti Meadow. Maybe it's Wapiti Meadow. It's on our maps. It's not too far from where you are right now. It's where you saw that damn fence. It's north of the lake. It looks like there should be a trail somewhere on the north shore of Jonesy Lake.
I'll start hiking that way now. God damn it, my head.
Are you sure you saw what you saw, Henry? Maybe you pissed off some more campers and they came back to sucker punch you.
Why would I make this up? It's an insane lie at worst, and a shitty prank at best.
And you've been feeling okay?
I feel fine.
Okay, I'm sorry, I believe you, but that conversation was from 2 weeks ago.
I know they were. So what's to say that they don't have transcripts from 3, 4, or 5 weeks ago?
Our entire relationship, friendship, our whole summer.
Someone is out here with a walkie-talkie, taking notes and talking to God knows who. What do you think is going on behind that fence?
Apparently a lot of following you around taking notes, which is unfucking believable, Henry.
Yeah, you're telling me. All right, I'm on my way to Wapiti Meadow. I'll let you know what I find.
Okay. There's got to be a reasonable explanation.
Okay, I'm at the fence. I don't see anyone around, but I'm not sure I can get past it. Looks like goddamn Area 51.
Maybe they've got aliens. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And what are the odds they left the gate unlocked?
Pretty low, I'd imagine.
Nah, let me in.
Okay. I've given it the good college try. No dice.
Shit.
I don't know how long I can dick around out here until someone notices.
God, if you were an actual firefighter, you'd have that gate down in 2 shakes. Hey, actually, those guys doing the controlled burn, they might be able to help.
Where are they?
Beyond Ruby River, there's a scout camp. They burned a line a few days ago that should let you hike right to them.
Well, that's great.
If they haven't left, they're probably the type of guys who would help you get through that fence.
And yeah, it really is. Where was the... Okay, we should get back to the... can we jump over here? No, nothing? Oh, we can cut down the tree, that is. And yeah, it's really horrible, especially like... Yeah, you've been getting... just got knocked out. Well, time for you to go search who's been knocking you out. Who's been listening on you. On us. Okay, where was it? We're at the lake here. Okay, it's going back where the girls were and... that way. But yeah, then... When just before you get knocked out, it really scares the shit out of me. I knew that it was gonna happen, but... Holy hell. And now we are trying to find who's behind this.
I'm wandering around east of the lake. Which way is Ruby River?
It's in the southeast corner of your map. The scout camp where the firefighters were staged should be on your map. It looks like a little triangle with a flat bottom.
Yeah, it looks like a tent.
How did I never see that before?
It's just anyway round. Nothing new in that supply cache, that is. Oh, so... Oh, there it is. Now I know. Where the other, where the tent of the girls was. That's where it is. Controls burned area. Let me see. Maybe there's something behind here. Other than that, we should probably go looking. Maybe near the tent. Doesn't look like at this spot. Huh. And nope, nothing on this side either. Then it must be near the waterfall. Maybe over here. Doesn't seem like it though. Huh. It's probably something really, really obvious. And I'm already missing it. Isn't there something over here? Let's have a look. Nope, nothing. Look for a control burner south of river. Okay. Maybe it is along the lines of here. This place.
Hey, what's to the south of here?
Mexico? Is this some sort of riddle?
I just have a nice view to the south. You know, trees and mountains forever.
Well, eventually you'll wander into the area overseen by Chimney Rock Lookout, but that's probably an impossible hike in terms of terrain.
Controlled burn. But there's no way to go up here, is there? South of it. It must have been. It must have been where I just was. Or, I mean, that's south of the river. Huh. It probably is way too obvious for me. Yeah, but that's where I need to go, apparently. Oh! No, I am. Oh my. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts. Okay. Have a great rest evening, MultiGB. Take care. I should probably consider looking at names. That's where I'm headed. So I need to go all the way over here, get back to the tower, and... Oh my. Oh my. Yes, but I reckon it's more the benefit of me reading out names and being able to consider that the lake in itself... I really thought that this would be Ruby River instead of this, but yeah. The benefits of being able to read in general. Sheesh. Well, up we go. Doing a slow high.
Hey, I called around. Things seem normal with everyone else.
Has anything strange been happening on your end?
No, nothing really.
Nothing really, or nothing?
Nothing. My door was open the other night, but that's not strange.
That doesn't sound like nothing.
It's nothing, I promise.
All right, I'm headed toward the camp anyway.
Okay. Keep your radio close to you.
Hey, what you just said, keep my radio close to me.
Yeah?
Before I got attacked back at the lake, I saw a radio on the ground, kind of like the one I use.
And?
Do you think that maybe someone was, you know,
I don't know. What?
maybe intercepting our frequency with other radios or something?
Henry...
It's just a thought.
I don't even know how you would do that.
Yeah, well, you sound worried.
No, I'm not, okay? Let's not spin out of control. Just keep hiking.
Whatever you say, boss.
Let's see, we could go to the medicine wheel.
what's going on yet, but I don't have a good feeling. I don't like feeling vulnerable. It's not like you can just call the police. I was thinking about the Goodwins. It just struck me that if anything weird like this happened to them, happened to Brian, just how scared he would have been.
Hey, maybe he'd actually enjoy it. You know, spies, taking notes, walkie-talkies. Whole thing might actually be fun if you're too young to realize how creepy it is.
That's one way of looking at it.
He's fine, Dee. It was 3 years ago. He's in high school now. He's on summer break.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wow, there's an old, I think it's called a medicine wheel out here.
Yeah, it was made by Crow American Indians hundreds of years ago. There are lots of small ones. Have you ever been to Medicine Wheel Monument over in the Bighorns?
I sure haven't.
Well, it's worth a 3-hour detour on the way home in August.
Neat. I'll keep it in mind. I found where they did the controlled burn. I can hike right through.
Wow, we finally found it.
Yeah, normally they wouldn't do that so close to a body of water, but I think they're extra worried about a fire jumping the river and burning up to 2 forks, now that there's someone in it.
Well, I'm extra appreciative of that.
Let's see. The scout camp is southeast of the river. There should be a pond on the way.
Got it. What happens if a controlled burn gets out of control?
Someone gets fired.
Ugh, are you serious?
Oh, come on. That one was an honest accident. I'm not even in the mood for wordplay. That's how wound up all this shit has me.
Ooh. That's worth taking a photo. I really like how the game itself limits you in how many photos you take. The fuck? Can I report that? Apparently not. Snowmobile.
There's some old snowmobiles out here.
Snowmobiles.
That's crazy.
Looks like one of the poor bastards was cruising across this pond and dumped it.
That was not a fun hike back to civilization.
Whoa, someone stripped these snowmobiles down to the bone.
Huh.
I mean, that's weird, right?
I mean, I can come up with a bunch of not weird reasons someone would do that out here, but given what's happened, yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
There's an old pond out here, not much more than a pile of mud. Do you have it on your map?
Yeah, I know where you are.
Yeah? Where am I?
Pork Pond. There used to be a sign up for it, but, well, folks kept stealing it.
Because it's called Pork Pond?
It's a good goddamn name. That sign would look great in a den, or, you know, anywhere.
The bridge to the camp is out.
Damn.
I'm gonna walk the ravine and see if I can find some high ground to get across.
Good plan.
Okay, we are close to the camp, actually. Is there any other way? Anything else we could see? Nothing over here? Nothing over here. Oh my. The fire really is going strong.
Camp Arapaho.
You're there?
Yeah, I am.
It's been out there since the 50s.
I was never really into the idea of the Scouts. It's something about men organizing boys around their ideals. Never sat right with me.
Beware weebelows in large numbers.
Beware of anyone in large numbers. I'm still looking for a way across the ravine.
Well, there must be one. I mean, the firefighters made it from that camp to Ruby River.
Any way for me to jump? Oh! I might be able to jump down here. Oh! It still sticks with me.
You ever talked to any of the Scouts?
No, they haven't been out here in a while, and I generally don't have a lot to say to preteens.
Unless it's Brian Goodwin.
Well, if forced, I mean, I can make conversation with anyone. Plus, it was sort of fun to hear about all of his nerdy hobbies.
I mean, he wasn't a Scout or a Weebelow or whatever?
I got the sense that boy could barely tie his shoes, let alone a clove hitch.
What the hell's a clove hitch?
Well, it's a knot that you are probably too old and too stubborn to learn. You use it to make rafts and shelters and stuff like that.
Huh. You know how to tie one?
Heck no, I'd make a weebelow do it.
I guess these little shelters are where they keep the Weebelows.
For the past 35 years, yeah.
Ooh, another one of those.
There are bear traps out here in the Scout shelters.
Scouts are stalwart prey.
That's messed up.
Oh my.
Yeah, these guys are gone. I found where they were sitting around before getting picked up.
Damn.
I found an axe.
If one of the crew left it, that thing is actually called a Pulaski.
It looks like an axe to me. This thing will be a huge help.
For both getting through the backcountry and getting through that fence.
Hey, Dee, they left something behind. It's
A memo.
a
Okay,
memo
just
from their boss. Next few days, dropping into the thoroughfare on behalf of Dr. Simmons at Wapiti Station.
Wapiti Station?
Holy crap.
Keep reading.
Oh, I just thought I would maybe, stop there, let the mystery percolate.
My mother always said I would meet someone who'd give me a taste of my own medicine.
They're running a research site out there. He was worried about wildfires.
Someone is writing down our conversations. And now we find out there's a research site out here that we don't know about? What are they researching?
Us. They're researching us.
You think they're studying you and me?
I do, yeah. I mean, maybe it's about studying two strangers who talk every day.
Like, if you put someone in isolation with someone else, what they do.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, fuck that.
Agreed.
I think we should allow for the possibility that this is all just a big misunderstanding, but... God, if you saw what you said you did... Fuck, Henry.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So what's next?
Well, I've got an axe, so I can figure out a way to get over the ravine and back towards the site.
Sounds good. Check in when you can, and keep an eye out for anyone following you.
it's really horrible, ain't it?
Are you there?
Being in the midst of nowhere.
I had a thought.
Let's hear it.
You heard someone in the bushes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's assume we're being tailed. Or you are, at least. Where are you right now?
Just on my way back, in and out of trees in the middle of nowhere.
Do you see anybody?
No, definitely not.
All right, so tell me what you think of this. Did you just cough?
No. Did you just cough?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
There isn't any way someone, like another lookout, could be on this line, is there?
No. Not without tapping our radios.
What about when I heard you talking to someone else?
I just left your line open. That's not what this is. Get in your tower, shut the door. Don't leave, and don't use your radio. I'll call you. Understand? I will call you.
Oh my. Oh, and I wanted to read that note. Day 77.
Thoroughfare Tower, this is Two Forks calling you for the, 50th time today. The flapjack fire continues to move in a southerly fashion. Delilah, for fuck's sake, answer your radio.
Hello, sunshine. Sorry, went out for a little bit. What can I do you for?
You can do me for a trip out of here. I don't care if it's on horseback or a helicopter or in a canoe. Just get me out of here.
Henry, we have work left to do. Let's chat about what's bothering you and you'll feel better.
Are you serious?
Let's talk. Okay?
Okay.
By the way, I was wondering if your Flora of the Shoshone info poster was still up inside your tower?
What?
It's just protocol that those stay up. You know, info about your tower, the surrounding tree species, etc.
All right.
Just, you know, have a look at it. Make sure it's in ship shape.
Okay, yeah, it's up. Why are you acting like this?
Great. Just wonderful. Do you see the tree in the top row, second from the left?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it and I'll tell you.
No. You don't need to tell me. Just, internalize it. It's a great tree. And there's an area called, that tree's name in your sector that maybe you should take a midday hike to. Maybe.
So,
Which tree am I supposed to internalize again?
Lodgepole.
Top row, second from the left. Head to a place named after that tree, and you'll have a wonderful afternoon.
Where is it? Lodgepole Pine. Oh, second from the left. Wasn't it? Okay. Let's head out then.
Whoa, the flapjack fire isn't going anywhere, huh?
No, that's why those guys came out to burn that line. It's at the stage where all we can do is pay attention to it.
They're not gonna try to put it out?
Not yet, apparently.
I believe we need to go here. And Stringer. Are there usually multiple names for trees, or is it usually just the Latin name and some more common, well, worse than the language just said too? Ah, okay, that was my question. I was wondering whether or not there would be different ways of Latin names for things. Just like we in our languages have different names for different things. Oh my. I'll put that away. Philadelphus Louisi. I probably butchered that name.
I'm here at Cottonwood Creek.
You see the cash box there?
It must be around here somewhere.
It is. Find it and open it. I changed the code. It's 5678.
Are you kidding me?
I was in a rush.
I've got it now.
Good. I spent all day getting you that radio. I hiked to a cash box, lied to a ranger, lied to another ranger, and hopefully you are now holding a clean, untapped radio.
Hopefully.
Holy fuck, Henry. We have to get into that site.
What the fuck is going on? People are listening to us?
I don't know.
Our radios are tapped? Are you fucking serious?
Our radios are definitely tapped. That's why I left you the one you just got.
Can we go
how
out?
is this even possible?
This way?
I don't know, Henry.
What do you know?
You know that I'm scared.
Am I just making all of this up? I mean, the eavesdropping, the spying, is this... Fuck, are you... Is any of this real?
What? Are you serious?
Maybe I'm just losing my mind.
What?
Like Julia. Maybe it's happening to me, and I'm imagining that I have a boss out here and that we're being spied on.
Henry.
Maybe there was something in the water, or our condo was underneath some power lines, and you, Delilah, you're not real.
Oh my.
Henry, think about her. If what happened to her were happening to you, you wouldn't even be able to realize it.
Okay.
Henry, sweetie, I am real and this is happening. I'm as real as the sky is blue. Take a second and then call me back. I'm on your side.
Well, to be honest, if you, at least when, out of my
Hey.
thought, I would be doing the same.
I just thought of something not great.
What is it?
I filed a report that said that neither of us ever talked to or saw those girls, the ones that went missing a few weeks back.
Oh, shit.
My thoughts exactly.
Our radios were tapped. And now someone probably has a transcript of that entire conversation.
And I've filed a report that's a blatant lie.
Oh, and those girls are still missing.
Yep.
Fuck, Delilah.
Fuck indeed. We really need to get to the bottom of this.
Henry's just going through that, eh? So where do we need to go? Oh, nope. I did not want to press C. I guess it did not see that coming. Ha! Oh my, it's getting dark already. Oop. Let's rappel down here. Yeah, I'm a sucker for bad puns. So there's that. Let's see, we can get into Wapiti Station now, shall we? Oh.
Oh! Ow!
Ow! Oh, I got an achievement for that. Wapiti Station personnel. If you are trying to reach Dr. Simmons, he's on site from August 15 to October 15. University-owned equipment is the responsibility of Dr. Johnson. The government-owned equipment is under the purview of Cat Ferdinand. Remember, this is a controlled area, and any issue, malfunction, or violation should be reported immediately. Oh my.
I got stung by a bee.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
Yes, kind of.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my, and it's going dark already. Feels like a horror game. Only it's way more personal.
Okay, I'm at the site. I don't see anybody around.
Lucky for us.
Yeah, lucky for us. Dee, there's some serious comms equipment out here, wireless stuff.
What do you mean?
I'm talking a big 20-foot tall transmission tower. I mean, they could probably listen to whoever the hell they want. They're nestled down in this valley, which makes it impossible for you or any lookout to see them. Oh, they're doing something with the soil out here, too. It's all gridded off. Hey, maybe you were right about the lichens. And there's all sorts of contraptions and shit out here.
Like what?
Dishes and stuff on metal legs. There are wires all over the place. I don't know. I'm not really up on high tech.
Oh, can I not report that? What's in this box?
I'm in their main tent.
What's it like?
It's definitely some sort of monitoring station. I wonder where they are. All of their stuff is here.
Figure out what that thing does and then get the hell out.
This place sleeps 3. They've got a row of cots here.
I want to know what that thing finds. Look, you should
What's
get out
the
before
name?
we come back.
Krasheninigovia.
I found their main monitoring desk.
You should get out before they come back.
Okay. Shit. Got a map here that confirms they're tracking our people's movements. I mean, this stuff looks like it just got lifted out of the space shuttle. Okay, so there's a log here that tracks the movement of 4 distinct subjects.
You and me?
Yeah, definitely me. And I suppose you too.
What about the other 2?
Maybe the missing girls?
Like, they're still out here and these people are following them?
Maybe. It's possible, right?
But then why haven't you seen them?
I don't
Let's
know.
make some music.
We'll talk this over and figure out how to get the hell out of here.
I think this thing is responding to something in this pile of crap on the desk.
Dig through it.
Oh my.
Are you shitting me?
What is it?
There's a folder of reports here.
What do they say?
They're assessments about the 2 of us. There's stuff in here about Julia.
Like what?
Stuff I didn't tell you. This is...
What does it say about me? You said there was one about me.
And it looks like they've been following me around. What I do when I'm out hiking? Jesus.
Henry, do you hear me?
It says that you and your boyfriend are still together.
What? We're not. They're messing with us.
Yeah, okay.
They are. How do they even know who he is? How the hell does this... I'm so sick of letting these people do this to us. We should just burn the place down. about it.
Look, maybe that's what they want us to do.
What do you mean?
Maybe they're trying to push us to the point where we do something crazy. I mean, the grass is dry as hell here. It would go up in a second.
Well, now I'm thinking, what if you're right?
I just don't think we should do anything that we can't undo.
Well, maybe it's not the best idea.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best idea.
I'm so fucking wound up!
But it's all right. I'm just gonna hike back. We have the wave receiver, and tomorrow we can figure out what to do. Whoa!
Oh, God.
Oh, shit! Hey, shit. The bridge collapsed climbing out of here, and, now it looks like there's smoke coming from the site.
What the hell happened to you? It's definitely not the best idea.
It wasn't me.
What do we do?
We just call it in like any other fire.
And what about who started it? What about them?
The person who started it?
Yeah.
We're talking about people watching us out here who are now burning the forest and everything in it around us. I don't know what to do about that.
Except get the hell out.
Yes, get us the hell out of here.
I will.
Day 77. Again? Wait, we were on day 77.
This receiver just picked something up.
What? What thingy? What now?
I found a device that picks up frequencies. It's how I found the reports last night, and it's going off now.
It just picked up a frequency?
Yeah, what could it be?
Hi, MultiGB. Welcome
You
back.
gotta find out.
All right, I'm on my way now.
You know what I just picked up?
No.
A fifth of Major Bueno tequila from the creek.
Are you drunk?
No! I am getting drunk.
Don't do that.
I know. Everything has gone to total shit, but you gotta live a little. You gotta allow, Hank.
No, you're right, Dee. I can't think of any good reason why you wouldn't want your decision-making inhibited right now.
My thinking is I could stay up all night worried I'm gonna lose my job because of the side fire, or I could not worry and let the chips fall where they may. It's not like there's any proof we were down there.
My thinking is I'm gonna follow this wave receiver.
Ooh, I like it when you think.
Ay. I'll just leave you alone with whatever these thoughts are. Last thing I need is another big crossword breakthrough.
Okay, we need to go towards here, I believe. Somewhere there. Wait, is there another way? I walked over the medicine barrel. I'm gonna walk around the fire break. Hoping to find anything there. Oh? But I cannot. I can't even. I'm gonna head back then. Walk around the other way. All of this is really creeping me out. We're getting closer. Oh my.
Shit!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah!
Fucking hell. Oh, it's a key.
I found some sort of supply bag, light camping gear, some clothes, basics, but it was alarmed. I think that's what was making the receiver go haywire.
You're okay? It's not a trap or anything?
Yeah, I'm fine, but there's also a set of keys here. Now, I don't know why they'd be hidden out here. They say Shoshone National Forest, Cave 452. Is that the one in the canyon?
Yeah, it is. Who the hell took them?
And what the hell is in that cave?
Okay, let's just think.
Says the woman with a half a bottle of tequila in her belly.
Maybe they're panicking and we're preparing to beat it. The fire has them spooked, and we have new walkie-talkies, so we have the upper hand.
Yeah, well, it's hard to feel like you have the upper hand when you're standing in the dark in the middle of the woods.
Oh. Well, you're back in your tower. Maybe you need a drink, too.
I'm not in my tower.
I am looking at a man standing in your lookout. And it's not you?
It is not me.
Oh my god, go.
I'm going.
Can I jump over there? Oh, I need to chop down the tree. Come on, go over there. We need to find out who's in the tower. To be honest, if I would have looked straight at it, I would still have seen who it was. And no one's here.
I don't see anyone up here.
He was just there.
Good evening, Samu. Welcome back. And thanks for that.
It's a tape of us talking down at the site. It sounds like it was recorded from somewhere nearby.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and it sounds like we were the ones who burned it down and that it was your idea.
No.
We are screwed.
No!
Dee, just don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening, Henry?
Day 78. Oh my. Oh, and what's that, Samu? I like you around here.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
So your little bender isn't looking like such a good idea under the light of a new day, huh?
No, it isn't, but that's not it. Someone
Let's head towards
claiming
the
to
cave.
be Henry in Two Forks called a lookout in another sector early this morning and said that I knew what caused the Wapiti Meadow fire. So, I just got off the horn with that lookout who's wondering what I know, or that I'm an arsonist, or that I'm fucking losing it. Furthermore, I bet you don't have the only tape of us from last night, so someone has evidence to back it up. We need to find out what someone's been keeping in that cave.
I'm going down there now.
We don't have a lot of time left out here, and if we don't find some fucking answers, when they lift us out of here, it's gonna be in handcuffs.
We have to stick together, okay? Keep our story straight. From the first day with those girls to the person breaking in on our conversation, everything. We gotta be honest and consistent.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I know.
Okay. It's coming up on the left, so we will head on that way. It seems like we're almost done with this. Oh my. The smoke is really breaking down our vision. Am I even right? Oh, oh, come on. I walked down the wrong way. And back we go. Then get stuck on that. All of this is really intense. I'm wondering what's in that cave. Let's see. Ooh. By the way, I need to do one thing. Hello! Forest burns. Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it! Oh, it's so horrible to look at. Yeah. He's still there. Still looking out over all those who want to invade our pooper.
Hey, you didn't actually make that call, right? To the other lookout? It just stuck in my craw. I let myself imagine how fucked I would be if you'd been lying to me. But now that I asked, I kinda just wish I hadn't.
I don't even know how to call anyone other than you. And please, rest assured, I would have found someone with a better sense of humor a long time ago.
Okay. Thanks.
Let's see. We can finally go ahead. Oh, the door's closed.
Jesus, this is a big cave.
Oh my. It really is a big cave.
It's freezing in here.
Oh, I'm feeling followed.
Is anybody down there?
It's a shoe of a kid.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah, what is it? What did you find?
Nothing yet, because someone tried to trap me in there.
You saw someone?
No, someone slammed the gate behind me and then ran away. I found another way out, but if I hadn't, Jesus!
So you didn't find anything?
No, there's a spot where someone had sunk an anchor, but the hardware's gone now.
I don't have any climbing equipment.
I just have my ropes. I'm gonna hike back to Two Forks and see if I can find anything that could double as an anchor to use in the spot.
Well, that doesn't sound dangerous.
Delilah, I just found an outcropping that someone was using as a little fort. I think it was Brian Goodwin.
Really?
Yeah, he built himself a real castle. I found an old school folder. Brian was a hell of a doodler. Brian was doing a science fair project about bouncing radio waves off of a meteor shower.
Poor kid left his homework?
Yeah, he must have been pretty smart, huh?
Yeah, sharper than a lot of the grown-up knuckleheads I'm used to, yeah.
Yeah, but not smarter than yours truly, right?
Wait, are you seriously feeling threatened by the intelligence of a 12-year-old you've never even met?
I'm just saying, I'm pretty, with it. I'm a pretty
I have
bright
a
bulb.
bad feeling.
Yeah, Henry, you're a regular Rhodes Scholar.
Nice. He was in the middle of really sprucing up the joint when they left. It's a little weird that he'd just leave so much of his stuff out here.
Well, maybe they were in a hurry when they left. Like I said, he wasn't supposed to be out here.
There's some grade A dork contraband here.
You found his pocket protector?
I found a data sheet for one Gladius Silva, half-elf armor 7. There's a busted old toy out here, some sort of electronic game.
Dear Ranger, hi, my name is Brian Goodwin. If you found this note, it should be with a bunch of climbing anchors, I hope. Could you do me a favor and please return them to me, Brian Goodwin, in the mail? My address is 55 Foxtrot Lane, North Platte, Nebraska. If you tell me your name and address, I will give you a reward for this. You're probably wondering why I left these. Well, they are my dad's and I don't want him to lose them, but I don't want to do any more climbing on this trip, so I thought I should pretend to lose them. But if you help me get them back, everyone will be happy. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Ranger Brian. P.S. The reward will be good.
Huh. Brian stole his dad's climbing gear, his anchors.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it is. I think he was gonna hide them in a cash box or something and never got around to it. I mean, he left a note for a ranger to find them and send them back to him in Nebraska.
Because he hated climbing?
Yeah, it sounds like Ned was pushing him, and pretending to lose his anchors was the easiest way to put a stop to it.
I hope it worked. God, what an asshole.
Yeah. Man, that is the sort of thing that would have caused me to catch a beating growing up.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past old Ned.
There's also a postcard here from Brian to, I guess, his neighbor.
Dear Mr. Zackler, I'm with my dad in Lando, Wyoming. It's pretty neat. Dad fished in a spot called Sinks Canyon. Most of Wyoming looks like home in Nebraska. But then there are mountains and woods when you go far. I'm sorry, I can't mow your lawn this summer, but I hope you found a good person to do it instead. Can you write back and tell my dad when school starts? Because I don't think he knows. Your friend and neighbor, Brian Goodwin.
What's it say?
That he's with his dad and sorry he can't mow his lawn this summer.
Oh, gosh.
And also he was worried his dad didn't know when school started. I'd say that's a lucky break if I were him.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Ned didn't really seem like a, with it dad.
Where are we?
So, something I never told you, or anyone, about Brian. In regards to him being out here, being against the rules. They almost got busted. Brian liked to go out on the railing of the tower and wave at the planes that dump water on fires, and I got a call because someone thought a kid was up in Two Forks. I lied, and just said it was Ned. If I ratted him out, they would have been forced to leave, and I don't know, I guess I just felt like I was saving him from whatever shitty life Ned was gonna bring him back to. Not that it ended up mattering.
Okay, we are on track to the cave. Let's see, now we can go down there. Oh my.
Oh, also, those girls turned up. Looks like you didn't kill them. Nobody did. They took some farmer's tractor for a joyride down in Riverton and, landed in jail.
I wonder if they know anything. If there's some way to ask them about whatever happened at their camp.
I think we'd be smart to let sleeping dogs lie.
You're probably right.
And in we go again. This time we have the right gear to go into. Let's rappel down this really steep slope. Oh my. Ankle warning. Wait, what? Okay. I believe I found a bug. That wasn't really planned, to be honest. Ouch! One day I will not have any hurt blankets when I see this animation. Oh, what?
Ah, shit. Are you... Oh, God. You're Brian Goodwin.
Fucking hell. Ouch. And now we know what happened to the Goodwins. Maybe Ned is still alright. Oh hell. This is not an easy conclusion. Oh, I might want to go over here.
Hey, Dee.
There you are. I've been worrying my ass off.
Hey, you, might want to take a seat.
I've been sitting this entire time. I'm almost always sitting. What's wrong?
The only thing in the cave was a body.
A body? God, what a mess.
Delilah. It's Brian Goodwin.
Gotta be fucking kidding me. How does that... What? I don't... How?
Climbing, I think, or made to look like a climbing accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what it was. I mean, he was probably exploring the cave and maybe his rope gave out. But whoever locked me in there probably didn't even know about him. What do we do now, Dee? I mean, are you okay?
No, I'm not. He'd be alive if I had told someone he was out here. I don't know where he'd be, but I can assure you it would not be rotting at the bottom of that cave. There's nothing to say. Hike back. I think we're leaving tomorrow anyway.
Day 79. Oh, what a harsh conclusion. Anything else we can?
You see that plane?
Biff.
No, I was just busy packing
Biff
up.
peanut butter.
Well, there's gonna be a lot more. The service
I
says
see
this
what you
thing
did
is
there.
2% contained.
Is this the Flapjack fire, or the site fire, or...
Well, the two fires merged into one unmitigated disaster. They're renaming it after my lookout. You about packed up?
Shouldn't we talk for a sec, you know, about things?
About what?
About how all this stuff is connected. The surveillance, the Goodwins, Brian's death.
Look, I don't know what to say, okay? It's like the universe cooked up the cruelest thing to have happen. Does it connect to everything else? I don't know. I don't know if I even want to.
Of course you do. There's got to be a reason.
Does there?
Maybe. Maybe not. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Well, fuck.
Oh.
For starters, I guess you could find the source of that signal.
Holy crap. Yeah. Oh my god.
We don't know what it is. It could be nothing.
Yeah, it could also be whoever was listening to us. Whoever made the tape.
Okay. Yeah, look, you should pack up everything you need in case we get the call and you can't come back.
All right, look, if something happens...
I'll remember you.
I mean, am I walking into a trap right now?
I hope not. I would much rather remember you from a bar somewhere and not a jail cell. Please find who made that tape.
Okay, let's follow the signal.
What's your status?
Oh,
I think I'm getting close.
All right, well, I just got word that they are coming to get us. My place.
You sound worried.
No, it's just...
Brian?
I'll coordinate with the evac team and let you know when to head towards the tram. It's north. Far. Past where you found that cut back in May. There's an emergency tram out there that will let you hike to the rendezvous point in my lookout.
Oh, we're getting closer.
Someone left a rope for me to climb up. I'm down near the lake.
How do you know it's for you?
There's a tracking collar tied to it. Someone was leading me here. And there's another tape.
Yeah, hi, Henry. Hey, you better find this before it burns up. We've been causing each other a lot of headaches. Now I gotta go stake out a site that's as fit for living as the one you're about to find. You'll get it when you see it. You can't blame me for keeping an eye on you. Not after bumping into you back in May. Down by the cave, for croc's sake. I've been up here for 3 years. I kept it cozy. Winters are harsh as hell, and I ran out of books. But I got that antenna rigged up, and Delilah, she's a record you don't gotta flip. I kinda get why Brian took to her. About a week ago, I stopped worrying about you finding anything out, and that's right when everything went shithouse with you two.
Oh my.
You guys don't know anything about having kids. Alright, nobody knows nothing. It ain't Andy and Opie walking down a lake to fish every afternoon. It ain't Mayberry. But you gotta know I didn't kill him. Alright, we were climbing. I was teaching him. Brian was uneducated in the way to do anything. He just fucking didn't sink his anchor the right way. You know, I thought about going back, having to answer questions, and having to get him put in the ground, and I didn't see the point. Don't come looking for me. Sorry about your wife.
We found the surveillance operation.
Okay, what does that mean? What is it?
It was Ned Goodwin. He was the one listening to us, just him.
Ned Goodwin. He made the tape?
Yeah. He's gone. He's deeper into the Shoshone. He doesn't want anyone to know he's out here.
Because he killed Brian. Because he killed his fucking son.
He's got a survival bunker with radios and everything. He made it all up.
You need to get back here. They say the helicopters are making rounds.
Okay. He had quite the view.
Oh my.
There's a clothesline. I guess he's been dumping trash up here for a while.
Is there any way we can go from here? No. Now I thought is there any way that I could have gone into his bunker early in game? Like since whenever he left, he must have had his rope down. Otherwise he wouldn't have gotten a way up. Let's see. I need to make a run for it. Come on. Don't get stuck on anything. Am I running? Yeah, I seem to be on track. Oh my, this is a harsh conclusion. It actually would be. Like us accidentally finding his bunker and talking to him head on. Or, well, if he wouldn't have been there, only then the rope would have been down, I guess. Otherwise he could have pulled it up. But even then, it would have been a gigantic conclusion, since we would have found his stuff. But if that would have happened, we wouldn't have found Brian, since we weren't in the cave.
Should be relieved. Relieved that there's no evidence of us starting that fire. Relieved that we're not crazy. That there wasn't some conspiracy. But I'm not. He was a sweet kid. With a shitty father who hid out here like a coward after dumping him in a hole.
I think that Ned loved him.
I don't want to hear it.
He obviously didn't want to forget him. He just didn't know what to do.
Henry, not knowing what to do isn't okay. When you're supposed to look after someone,
You figure it out.
Yes. And Ned Goodwin is a shithead who is incapable of figuring anything out. Sorry. God, it would have been so easy to tell the truth and have him sent home. I can't stop thinking about it.
You didn't do anything wrong. You said it yourself. It was Ned's job to look after him.
Yes, I did. And now I've got to decide whether I tell people that he's down there so they can retrieve the body or not. And if I do, I'm going to be asked about Ned Goodwin.
Dee?
Oh, fuck.
Is that a helicopter?
Yeah,
Where do we
hold
need to
on.
go? Do we need to go up?
Hey,
We do need to go.
no, there's one more. Yes, here, yeah. Yeah, he's coming. Okay, 1 second. Hey, they're here, but they're making rounds. They'll come back. I think I'm gonna go with them.
Wait, just wait, okay? I'm not that far.
Henry, they're here. They're waiting right now.
Please.
Henry, I don't want to meet you and just sit here in a dead boy's shadow. Okay, I don't want to do that. I know that sounds harsh. Okay, I'll wait.
I'm not far.
Okay.
Oh. Maybe we will see how Delilah looks now. Wait, am I even on the right track? Yes, I do seem to be on the right track. What an eerie music. Oh my. Oh, we should have gone there. Should have gone there. Let's see.
Hey, I'm at the evac spot near the ravine. Delilah, are you there? Delilah?
Oh, and she left. Oh my. Let's see, does she have a Forrest Burns in here? Have a good time. Haha.
Oh, God, it's a nightmare out there. Hello? Delilah? Damn it.
Oh, look at that. They've been stealing the signs. Pork Pond. Anything else here? Crosswords. She said she liked them. Ooh. That's how she imagined me.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Hi. Yeah, it's me.
You're not here.
No. Don't be mad.
I'm not.
I just couldn't be out there for another minute.
I get it.
You do?
I think so.
Hey, it shouldn't take long for the helicopter to reach you.
Okay.
There's a debrief in a situation like this. Lots of questions.
Shit. So, taking stock, we found out an old lookout killed his only son and decided to become a lonely hermit.
Yes.
And we prevented one fire?
Basically started another.
Okay, so that's a wash.
Oh, I'll have to figure out what I'm doing every summer from now on that isn't this.
You're not coming back?
No. And you'll have to... I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Forrest Burns
I
looks so
don't
evil on this
know
poster.
Next.
Tell you what, why don't you choose for me and I'll choose for you?
All right, sure. Maybe you could come back to Boulder with me and figure it out down there. Just a thought.
You don't want me down there.
Well, I just asked you.
Look, I've got some things to do in Casper, and maybe I'll head south sometime after that. I could come by, sure.
Okay.
He looks really
So,
evil and
what about me?
oh my. And yeah,
I
scary
think you
Burns.
should go to Julia, and then you can figure it out. Maybe put that typewriter to good use. Give me a sexy accent or something if you write about this.
I am. Yeah.
You gotta go see her.
Would you?
Henry, Look, you came out to put your memories behind you, and they're still right there in front of you.
She won't even recognize me, Delilah.
You're not just going for her.
You don't know what it's like.
Bad things happen, okay? And you have to find a way to contain the damage. A good way.
Well, hopefully I can figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh my.
God, this got dark.
Oh shit. Sorry.
There's the helicopter.
Good. They'll land back where you hiked up. Good luck, Henry.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, sure thing. Bye, Henry.
Oh my. There it is, the helicopter. Go home. What a conclusion. We will never know. Marinated, we will never know. Oh look, there's the photo that I took. There are quite a few photos I took. That's a great way to include stuff you made into a credits scene. All the photos I took. And yeah, I'm glad you two liked it. It really is a beautiful game. Look, there's a photo of Henry. And now come the ones from Brian. A diner. And his dad. And he himself. Yeah, it really gives a great sense of isolation. This game in itself really knew what it was doing. That's what I wanted. Special features. Wander the world at your own pace. And camera roll up. You can actually get the photos developed. Okay. Thanks again for joining me. I'll stop streaming now. And I wish all of you a great rest evening. Have a good one. Bye bye.